Extreme demons are getting darker and darker to the point that one day they're going to be completely invisible. The Golden is an extreme demon that is currently in verification by nSwish and is projected to hit number 1 on the demon list and push Tartarus to number 2. As far as I know, the Golden is another level that has been built for the sole purpose of being the number 1 demon. In recent times, a lot more emphasis has been put on the difficulty of an extreme demon or its base gameplay instead of the decoration, which has caused levels such as Thinking Space and Low Death to be rated due to high demand in the community and a desire for the levels to be included on the demon list, which only accepts star rated levels. The Golden doesn't quite stoop as low as these levels in its decoration, and I do feel like it should be rated because there is design there, it's just that I can't actually see what's there because of how dark the surroundings are. So, welcome back to another Thoughts On video. It's Wulzy here. The footage for today's video has graciously been provided by Breeze. It's a 98% fail on the level, but it's pretty much the whole thing. Breeze, thank you for sending me the recording. This level follows the same gloomy format for the whole 1 minute 20 duration, with the top and bottom of the screen being constantly covered in fully black ground spikes that blend in with the game mode borders to create very enclosed gameplay. As well as this, there is thick black glow covering the sides of the screen that obscure the player's sight of the upcoming obstacles, leaving only a small window for the player to see and react to the gameplay. To intensify this, there is a black screen overlay that varies in its opacity so that the level appears to fade into darkness at times. Which is a problem, because when the screen is 99% black with only a small window of the level visible, it begins to look bland. Also, the edges of some ground spikes and saws is also black, so this makes them almost invisible to the player, as the whole thing is just black on black on black on black. This also applies to the structures sometimes. When their outlines are very dark and similar in design to the spikes and the saws, the darkness above it all just meshes the whole level together and it becomes a mess of dark glow and decoration all over the place, which is even worse for the visibility of the gameplay, because I don't know how a player is going to be able to tell the difference between a spike or a saw or a block or a ground spike or an arrow, and this is evident right off the bat. For a level to be made in this dark style, I feel as if each element of the design should stand out in its own way. For example, the spikes having a lighter base, or the saws having a brighter outline, so a player can differentiate between them all. It's even more confusing for a viewer of the level, which is a decent percentage considering its difficulty. If nor the viewer or the player can tell what's going on, what's the point? As I said earlier, there is design there, which is clear to see in the ship section. And yes, there are a few alterations to the colour of things. As you can see, the blocks are super saturated and bright, but then there's massive corridors of just ground spikes, and it's pretty much just memory or luck if you make it through. Yes, the level has attempted a style and a dark theme, and it's retained all the way through. Cool. But when it's not switched up in the slightest, the whole level just looks the same because all the design and decoration just slinks into the shadows, never to be seen again. I can skip through the whole level, which is 1 minute and 20 seconds long by the way, and has 7 or 8 different segments, and I wouldn't really notice much difference between each part, and it just looks like one continuous part with subtle variations. Apart from the end section, which is noticeable because it has a different, brighter style that uses a lot of glow. This end part is very nice in comparison to the rest of the level, and it leaves the level on a high note. There are a few different hues used in this, which gives the level a more diverse range in colour, and the end just feels different, which is nice. I think the ending is important for a level because it basically decides whether the level is cohesive or not. It's still got the issue of all the elements coming together too much and meshing, but it's not as bad as the parts before it. The Golden is very static. There's a few parts that have movements here and there, like the first ship part and the robot part, but this wave part is stale. Not a single structure moves, and there's a failed attempt to create a changing aesthetic with some light shafts that appear halfway through. But the blocks don't move at all, which makes the gameplay more fair, but the style of the level does not complement that one bit. Part of the level's gimmick is the invisibility, so the blocks could also move to attempt to redeem this dark, mysterious, failed atmosphere. Other parts have pulses on certain structures that work well. The structures in the following part make the most out of their dark base to create a nice contrasting pulse that varies its look, which, thinking about it, is what the level needs, a change from black. Even a blending screen above the level would lift the harsh black from the blocks, without further effort decorating the empty space or anything, and this would also help with pulsing, so it's a double whammy. Overall, I find this level underwhelming and repetitive, with lots of areas to improve on and tweak. I do think that the level has potential. The colour set used is probably fine if it was used more effectively and efficiently. Thank you for watching this thoughts on video. It's been Wulzy. Have a good day.